Now there's this crazy new trend absolutely blowing up on TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube Shorts, where AI is being used to create these monetizable miniature cooking videos that are pulling in millions of views.
And a lot of you have already seen it, because in my last video, I broke down how to create these manually and monetize them yourself. But the response was insane, and a bunch of you came back to the comments saying the same thing. You wanted more.
You wanted me to build a full flow, one where with a single push of a button, you could pump out hundreds of these videos in bulk. So I went back and did the research, and I finally cracked it. I found a way to use an agent to mass produce these videos completely on autopilot, hundreds of them, all at once in just a couple of seconds. And in this video, I'm gonna walk you through exactly how to set the whole thing up, step by step.
So the very first thing you're going to need is access to the automation prompt, which we're going to use to automate this entire video creation process. We're going to plug it into an agent to create the videos for us automatically.
Now this prompt is either in the description or in my free school community. Once you've got it, the next thing you need is an agent. And there are a couple of options here. The first one I like is anti-gravity, which is Google's AI agent. Just search for anti-gravity, click on the first link, and it takes you to a website that looks like this. All you've got to do is download the version of anti-gravity that's compatible with your operating system. I'm on Mac right now, so I'll click Mac Download, proceed with the software download, and that's pretty much it. Now, another good option, and my favorite, is Claude Code by Anthropic. Claude Code does require you to have a Claude account, unlike Anti-Gravity, which works with just a Google account. So once you search for Claude Code, download the version that's compatible with your operating system, and that's it. All you've got to do is install both of them and set them up properly by signing in with your Google account. For Anti-Gravity, a simple Google account will do, but for Claude, make sure you have a Claude account online first. Sign in with your Google account to create one, then use that Claude account to authenticate Claude Code. Now, once you sign up, I'm using Claude Code for this example, but the exact same steps apply to Anti-Gravity. You'll land on an interface that looks like this. What you've got to do first is create a folder. So click the folder icon to create a folder where all your materials will be stored. Once you've done that, head over to the mode option. I always like to select manual mode, but you can pick accept edit or auto mode if you don't want to manually grant permissions.
I like granting permissions myself, so I go with manual.
Then select the model you plan to use, and you're pretty much set. The next thing to do is head over to the master prompt we talked about earlier. Press Command+A to highlight everything, Command+C to copy it, then head back to Claude Code, paste it in, and send it. Now, what Claude Code starts doing is reading through your files, searching the web, and downloading every single thing it needs to automate this entire process for the miniature cooking videos. All you've got to do is allow the permissions it asks for so it properly has the ability to perform those tasks. Now, once it's authenticated itself and sourced everything it needs, it asks you, what do you plan to use as the backend? Would you like to use Higgsfield as your model backend, or would you like to use TopView? If you've got a Higgsfield account, you can select Higgsfield. But for this, I'm going to use TopView. So I'll type TopView here and send it. Once you do that, the agent starts coming up with 20 video ideas featuring this miniature cooking style for you to work with. All you've got to do is read through them and pick one you like. If you don't like any of them, you can always ask it to generate new ideas. You just have to pick one that fits the vibe you're going for. For me, I think I like idea number 5. So I'll type in idea 5 and send it. And then what the agent does next is ask what aspect ratio we'd like to make this video in, which really just means what platform you plan to post it on. Since this is more of a shorts-based niche, I'm going to select the 9:16 aspect ratio. If you wanted to make this for long-form YouTube, you'd select the horizontal 16:9 instead, but I'm going to send 9:16. Then the agent asks for a couple of permissions so it can properly start creating a storyboard image for us. Now the agent is going to use the top view skill we gave it to create multiple storyboard images that we can choose from to guide the full video creation process for this style of content. Now, after a couple of seconds, the agent has given us a possible start frame for the idea we chose, which is this glass noodle miniature video. So let's preview the image to see how it looks. This looks pretty good, but I'd like multiple variants. It only gave me one image, and while that looks good, I still need options to pick from. So I'm going to tell the model, I need 5 start frame image options to pick from. Now, after a couple of minutes, we've got the 5 variant outputs we asked for. So let's preview them to see how they look. This is output 1. This is output 2. This is output 3, 4, and 5. I think I like output 2 the best since it has this overhead kind of shot. So I'm going to ask it to lock in image option 2 and make 4 videos. And just for fun, I'm also going to ask it to make one video each for the rest of the start frames it created. Now, this part is just for fun. If you ask your agent to lock in a specific start frame, it normally gives you 3 variant videos to pick from. But for me, I want to see what all of my outputs would look like. So for the one I liked best, I asked it to create 4 videos using that start frame, and for the rest, it should create a single video each. And we're just watching it work here. Now, after about 5 minutes, we've got our output from the agent. So let's preview every single video that turned out. We ended up with about 8. This looks pretty good. The fact that Seedance can create 15-second long videos gives the video more room to cover a lot of features and animations. We can cover more steps since we're given more time. And this looks pretty natural. It looks damn impressive. I think output 4 looks the best. I really like how it turned out. Let's check out the other videos. And that's pretty much how you create these videos on autopilot. You can literally ask your agent to create 100 videos for you, and it just does it and hands them over. It's that easy. If you've got any questions, drop them in the comments section, and I'll catch you in the next one.